The world's most controversial mosque lies in the heart of the Middle East, a single structure built in the holy city near Israel, the building that every power wants to control. A place tied not to one but three major religions. This mosque, the third holiest site in Islam, is also deeply rooted in the faith and history of Christians and Jews. Its name is Al-Aqsa Mosque. For thousands of years, Christians, Muslims and Jews have fought over this one small piece of land. This mosque has sparked not just religious conflict but geopolitical tensions as well. And the reason is very simple. It holds immense spiritual importance for all the three faiths. This mosque stands in Jerusalem, a city that has been the world's most disputed site for millennia. First came the wars between Christians and Muslims, known to history as the Crusades. And even today, the conflict between Jews and Muslims continues. These walls and the land surrounding them have witnessed layer after layer of history, every era carrying deep meaning for those who consider this place sacred. Today I will take you through the complete story of how the Al-Aqsa Mosque was built, why Jews claim the land on which this Islamic mosque stands, and how Christianity is tied to this very site. So watch this video till the end and like and share the video. The Al-Aqsa Mosque is the spiritual axis around which the world's three great religions, Judaism, Christianity and Islam, revolve. The origin of this mosque go back to the 7th century when the Islamic Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab entered Jerusalem in 637 AD. After the peaceful conquest of the city, Umar ordered the construction of a mosque on this sacred ground, a mosque that came to be known as Al-Aqsa, meaning the farthest mosque. Its significance comes from a powerful story mentioned in the Quran, the night journey or Isra and Mi'raj. According to Islamic belief, in 621 AD, the Prophet Muhammad travelled miraculously from Mecca to his very spot. From here, he mounted a celestial steed and ascended to the heavens, where he met Allah, receiving divine commandments and returned to guide humanity. When the Prophet passed away in 1632 AD, his successors began expanding the Islamic world. And when Caliph Umar reached Jerusalem, he honored this sacred site by establishing a mosque where the Prophet was believed to have set a foot. This is why the Al-Aqsa Mosque is considered the third holiest site in Islam after Mecca and Medina. If you look closely at the complex, there is another iconic structure situated right in front of the mosque, the Dome of the Rock. It is widely believed that this is the exact point from where the Prophet Muhammad began his ascent to heaven. Friends, this single event forever tied not just the Al-Aqsa Mosque but the entire city of Jerusalem to the heart of Islamic theology. It is said that before the mosque was constructed, Caliph Umar personally cleared and cleaned the site, a place that had fallen into ruins over time. His act symbolized both reverence and renewal. Later in 691 AD, the Umayyad Caliph Abd al-Malik built the magnificent Dome of the Rock, the golden shrine I mentioned earlier. Together, these two structures, Al-Aqsa and the Dome of the Rock, established Jerusalem as one of the most sacred and spiritual centers in the Islamic world. As centuries passed, the importance of the Al-Aqsa Mosque and of Jerusalem itself continued to grow. So much so that wars erupted between Christians and Muslims over control of this sacred land. Jerusalem holds immense meaning in Christianity as well. According to Christian belief, this is the city where Jesus was crucified, where he was buried and where he rose again. Because of this, Jerusalem is considered one of the holiest places in the Christian world. Just 900 meters away from Al-Aqsa stands a deeply revered Christian shrine, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, believed to be the site of Jesus' crucifixion, burial and resurrection. So, the way the Quran connects Islam to this land, the life and sacrifice of Jesus binds Christians to it with equal devotion. This deep emotional and spiritual connection triggered a historic clash. In 1099 AD, Christian armies launched the first crusade to seize Jerusalem from Muslim rule and safeguard their holy sites. After conquering the city, they transformed the Al-Aqsa Mosque into a royal palace and the Dome of the Rock into a Christian church. The Dome of the Rock was renamed Templum Domini, the Temple of the Lord. The Al-Aqsa was renamed as Templum Solomonis, the Temple of Solomon. Why this name? That answer lies in the Jewish claim on this very land, which we will uncover very shortly. For nearly a century, Christians controlled Jerusalem, but throughout those 100 years, Muslims continued their struggle to reclaim the holy city until 1187, when the Muslim leader Salahuddin Ayyubi, known in the West as Saladin, recaptured Jerusalem after the legendary Battle of Hattin. This victory became one of the most celebrated moments in Islamic history. Saladin immediately restored both the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock to their original Islamic forms. With this, Al-Aqsa was once again returned to the Muslim world. And it is for this reason that Saladin is remembered as one of the greatest Muslim rulers of all time. For next several centuries, Jerusalem remained under Muslim rule, including the long era of the Ottoman Empire, which took control in 1517. During the Ottoman period, Christians, Jews and Muslims lived side by side around Al-Aqsa Mosque across Jerusalem. But everything changed in the 20th century. When the Ottoman Empire collapsed after the First World War, a new era of disputes emerged. And this time, the conflict centered around the Jewish claim to the land. Before we move into that complex chapter, we must first understand why Jews claim this site and how their history is tied to the land on which Al-Aqsa stands today. Friends, when you hear the word mosque, your mind naturally thinks of Islam. But here is the surprising truth. Jews claimed this site almost 1,000 years before Islam even existed on the earth. To truly understand the story of Al-Aqsa, we must travel back in time to an era when there was no Islam, even no Christianity. There was only Judaism. Many of you already know that Judaism, Christianity and Islam are branches of same Abrahamic family tree. Among them, Judaism is the oldest, and Jerusalem, the very city where Al-Aqsa stands, has its earliest connection with the Jewish faith. Now this part may get a little complex for you, so listen this thing very carefully. The site where the Al-Aqsa Mosque stands today was once home to the holiest structure in Judaism. The hill itself was known to Jews as Har Habayit, the Temple Mount. In 957 BC, nearly 3000 years ago, the first Jewish temple was built here. The temple was constructed by King Solomon, one of the greatest and most revered king in Jewish history. Just as Saladin holds immense importance in Islamic history, Solomon holds the same legendary status for Jews. And this is exactly why, during the Crusades, Christians renamed the Al-Aqsa Mosque as Templum Solomonis, the Temple of Solomon, because they believed this was the site of Solomon's original sanctuary. This ancient Jewish shrine built by Solomon is known today as the first temple. Because of this temple, Jerusalem became the holiest place in all of Judaism. But in 586 BC, the Babylonian Empire, in today's terms modern day Iraq, invaded Jerusalem and destroyed the first temple. This marked one of the darkest periods in Jewish history. For decades, Jews were exiled and the sites of their holiest shrine remained in ruins. Around 515 BC, after returning from exile, the Jewish community rebuilt the sanctuary. This new structure came to be known as the Second Temple. But history repeated itself. In 70 AD, the Roman Empire crushed a Jewish revolt and destroyed the Second Temple as well. Amid the destruction, one wall survived, untouched, standing tall even in ruins. This surviving section, later known as the Western Wall, today it is the holiest place in the world for Jews, just as Mecca and Medina are for Muslims. Centuries later, in 7th century, Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab entered Jerusalem and built the Al-Aqsa Mosque on this very hill, a site already layered with Jewish and Christian history. Now that you understand the claims of all the three religions, it's important to remember that there was a period when conflict over this site was almost non-existent. This was during the Ottoman Empire, especially under Suleiman the Magnificent's era. He restored both the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome, and during his rule, Jerusalem truly became a multi-religious city. Jews, Muslims, Christians lived side by side, and even when tensions surfaced, the city still managed to hold all the three communities together. But in the 20th century, everything changed. When the Ottoman Empire collapsed, Britain took control of this part of Palestine, and slowly both Muslims and Jews began asserting their claims over the land, which only deepened the tension. After the Second World War in 1948, when the State of Israel was created, Jerusalem was divided and the temple area came under Jordan's control. Then came the 1967 Six-Day War, when Israel captured East Jerusalem and the Old City. With that, Israel regained control of the Western Wall and the Temple Mount. Today, the arrangement works like this. The Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock are managed by Islamic Waqf, while Israel handles the security of the entire area. For Muslims, Al-Aqsa remains one of the holiest places in the world, and for Jews, the Temple Mount is the holiest site of all. So this was the story of Al-Aqsa Mosque. I hope that you like this video. If you like the video, please share with your friends, and for more updates, subscribe History Connect. Thank you.